Today, I'll examine the groundbreaking well results from HyTerra in Kansas, a proposed hydrogen hub in Indiana, and a large-scale renewable-powered electrolysis project in Chile. Each segment will provide a comprehensive assessment of technological scalability, environmental performance, and economic potential, offering actionable insights into hydrogen's evolving landscape. All of this on today's Hydrogen Podcast. First up today, in a press release on May 6th, ASX announcement from HyTerra Limited, an Australian company pioneering geological hydrogen extraction. The announcement details exceptional results from the Sue Duroche 3 well at the Nemaha project in Kansas, marking a significant milestone in unlocking naturally occurring hydrogen resources. Geological hydrogen extraction involves drilling into subsurface formations to access hydrogen generated through natural processes such as water-rock interactions in Precambrian basement rocks. The Sue Duroche 3 well, drilled to a total depth of 3,453 feet or 1,052 meters, recorded hydrogen concentrations of up to 96.1% in air-corrected mud gas samples, independently verified by Isotech Laboratories in Illinois. This high purity, among the highest in hydrogen exploration, validates historical data from the nearby Sue Duroche 2 well, which was 92% back in 2009, confirming a robust hydrogen play across the Nemaha Ridge. The well also detected elevated helium in the Precambrian basement, suggesting potential for dual resource extraction, with further laboratory analysis pending. The drilling program, executed by Murfin Rig 116 with Schlumberger's formation evaluation, included real-time mud gas logging, wireline logging, rotary sidewall cores, and downhole water sampling. These data indicate reservoir zones with matrix porosity, dolomitization, and fractures, enhancing commercial prospects. The technology leverages conventional oil and gas drilling, ensuring high scalability where hydrogen-bearing formations are identified. Environmentally, the process is exceptionally clean, producing negligible NOx, SOx, and PM2.5, as extraction relies on mechanical drilling rather than combustion. Minor upstream emissions from drilling energy, typically diesel-powered rigs, are manageable with efficient operations. HyTerra estimates production costs could range from 50 cents to $1 per kilogram, significantly lower than manufactured hydrogen, which is $2.50 to $6 currently, assuming sufficient reserve volumes. The Nemaha project's 60,000-acre lease positions it near Midwest industrial markets such as ammonia and petrochemical plants, reducing transport costs, which are currently 10 cents to 30 cents per kilogram for pipeline delivery. Fortescue's $21 million Australian dollar investment for a 40% stake in 2024, which was announced last November, funds an expanded 6-well program, tripling the original scope and mitigating financial risk. Exploration capex, estimated at $1 to $5 million per well, remains high, and geological uncertainty, pending downhole sampling and extended well testing, poses risks to reserve estimates. The global hydrogen market, projected to reach $200 billion by 2030, offers strong demand, with U.S. industrial hubs like Kansas consuming 10 million tons annually. Helium, with a $6 billion market, adds a secondary revenue stream, though its economic impact depends on concentration and extraction feasibility. Investors face a high-reward opportunity, but must account for exploration risks similar to early-stage oil and gas ventures. HyTerra's 100% ownership through HYT Operating LLC and its ASX listing, or HYT, enhance its appeal for venture capital and institutional investors seeking exposure to emerging energy markets. Geological hydrogen extraction challenges conventional production by offering a low-cost, clean alternative that bypasses energy-intensive manufacturing. Its reliance on established drilling infrastructure and proximity to markets position it as a disruptive force, potentially reducing dependence on traditional hydrogen supply chains. HyTerra's results elevate the method's credibility, prompting increased exploration globally. Now let's turn to a May 5th Wish TV report outlining Indiana's Lawmakers' ambitious efforts to establish a regional hydrogen hub in northwest Indiana. This initiative aims to catalyze economic growth and position the state as a leader in hydrogen production. The article doesn't specify production methods, but Indiana's energy and industrial landscape suggest grid-powered electrolysis as the primary approach, potentially complemented by nuclear-powered electrolysis given the state's 4 nuclear reactors. Grid-powered electrolysis uses electricity from a mix of hydrocarbon, nuclear, and renewable sources to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. The technology is mature, with commercial electrolyzers achieving efficiencies of 50 to 60 kilowatt hours per kilogram of hydrogen. Scalability is high due to widespread grid access, though expansion requires upgrades to transmission lines and substation capacity. Environmentally, electrolysis produces no SOx, NOx, or PM2.5 during operation, but upstream emissions depend on the grid's composition, with Indiana's 60% hydrocarbon-based grid introducing moderate indirect emissions. Nuclear-powered electrolysis, leveraging stable nuclear energy, offers near-zero emissions as reactors produce no combustion-related pollutants. Its scalability is constrained by high capital costs and regulatory hurdles for new nuclear facilities, though small modular reactors, or SMRs, could enhance feasibility. Both methods support Indiana's target applications: steelmaking, heavy transport, and industrial heating. The hub's technological framework likely integrates hydrogen storage and pipeline infrastructure, drawing on Indiana's existing natural gas networks. The hub is projected to create 2,000 to 5,000 jobs spanning construction, operations, and supply chain roles, with economic multipliers stimulating local businesses. Grid-powered electrolysis costs range between $2.50 to $4.50 per kilogram, driven by electricity prices, which are 7 to 10 cents per kilowatt hour in Indiana, this per EIA data in 2024. Nuclear-powered electrolysis costs $3 to $5 per kilogram, potentially reducible to 2.5 to 3.5 per kilogram with SMRs, which lower capex by 30 to 50% compared to traditional reactors. The hub's capex, estimated at $500 million to $1 billion for a 100 megawatt facility, could be offset by the U.S. Department of Energy's $8 billion Regional Clean Hydrogen Hubs program, with Indiana competing for a $1 to $2 billion grant. The U.S. hydrogen market, which is valued at $10 billion in 2024, is expected to grow at 15% annually, driven by industrial demand at 6 million tons per year. Indiana's hub targets 50,000 to 100,000 tons per year, capturing 1 to 2% of national demand. Investment risks include electricity price volatility, which could fluctuate 10 to 20% annually, and policy delays, as federal funding requires environmental and community approvals. Private equity and infrastructure funds benefit from job creation and regional economic growth, but returns depend on securing long-term offtake agreements with steel and transport sectors. Indiana's proximity to Chicago's industrial corridor enhances market access, reducing transport costs, which are currently 20 to 50 cents per kilogram. The Indiana hub positions hydrogen as a driver of regional economic revitalization, leveraging existing energy and industrial infrastructure. It underscores the scalability of electrolysis-based methods, shifting the narrative towards localized production models that integrate with national energy strategies. The hub's success could inspire similar initiatives in other industrial heartlands, redefining hydrogen's role in economic development. Our third review examines a May 5th Reuters report on TotalEnergies' $16 billion renewable-powered electrolysis project in southern Chile, designed to produce hydrogen-derived ammonia for global export markets. The project harnesses Chile's abundant wind and solar resources to power 1.5 gigawatts of electrolyzers, producing hydrogen that is synthesized into 3 million tons of ammonia annually by 2030. Renewable-powered electrolysis splits water using electricity from renewable sources, generating no NOx, SOx, or PM2.5, making it one of the cleanest production methods. Scalability is constrained by electrolyzer manufacturing capacity and renewable energy infrastructure, though Chile's Patagonia region offers 70 gigawatts of untapped wind potential. The project requires advanced grid management to handle intermittent renewable inputs, likely using battery storage and hydrogen buffering systems. Ammonia synthesis, combining hydrogen with nitrogen via Haber-Bosch process, is energy intensive but leverages mature technology. The project includes port facilities for ammonia export, primarily to Asia and Europe, aligning with global hydrogen trade routes. Technological challenges include electrolyzer durability and ammonia transport logistics, requiring specialized vessels to minimize losses. Hydrogen production costs are estimated at $5 to $6 per kilogram, reflecting high capex at $16 billion, including electrolyzers, renewables, and port infrastructure. Chile's low renewable energy costs at 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt hour, this per IRENA in last year, and economies of scale could reduce costs to $3 to $4 per kilogram by 2035, competitive with global benchmarks. The global ammonia market, valued at $80 billion in 2024, is projected to grow at 4% annually, driven by fertilizer and industrial demand. Export costs add 50 cents to $1 per kilogram due to shipping, but long-term contracts with Asian buyers mitigate price risks. TotalEnergies' $200 billion market cap and diversified portfolio ensure financial stability, though the project's 10 to 15-year payback period challenges short-term investors. The global hydrogen trade, expected to reach $280 billion by 2050, supports the project's export focus, but currency fluctuations and geopolitical trade barriers pose risks. Private equity and sovereign wealth funds benefit from Chile's stable regulatory environment and TotalEnergies' track record, but must hedge against long-term market uncertainties. This project establishes renewable powered electrolysis as a cornerstone of global hydrogen supply, emphasizing large-scale export-driven models. It challenges smaller producers by demonstrating the economic viability of megaprojects, shifting the narrative towards hydrogen as a tradable commodity akin to LNG. All right, that's it for me, everyone. If you have a second, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a good review on whatever platform it is that you listen to. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube, whatever it is. That would be a tremendous help to the show. And as always, if you ever have any feedback, you're welcome to email me directly at info@thehydrogenpodcast.com. So until next time, keep your eyes up and honor one another.